Right now, the Madison community showing support weeks after the Abundant Life school shooting, how you can support the school.
Plus, lawmakers in the state legislature working to pass a new amendment less than a day into the new session, how it will impact elections in the future.
And later, Operation Fresh Start showing off its work on a highly anticipated music hall replacing its former home. And we welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Thanks for joining us. We begin with the Madison community continuing its support for those impacted by the shooting at Abundant Life Christian School. Tonight, the school's basketball teams are hosting their first games, home games, since the incident.
For the boys team, their game has been moved to Madison College. And for more on tonight's games, our Maddie Heimsch is live inside the college's gymnasium awaiting tip-off. Hi, Maddie. What's the mood like there? I can imagine it's going to be an emotional night tonight.
Eric, like you said, it's a home game, but it's not being held at home. It's here at Madison College. The Abundant Life Christian School has not started school back up, and they say that they're not ready to host a game, but athletics and activities are continuing, so they're hosting it here at Madison College. One JV game already played, another one just getting underway behind me, and that varsity game is scheduled for 7:30. So Abundant Life Christian School parents, players, athletes, coaches are all gathered here tonight, and we're going to continue to watch the games and wait for them to return to school when the time is right. I'm going to send it back to you guys. Reporting live at Madison College, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
All right, Maddie, thank you. The United Way of Dane County has been raising money for Abundant Life Christian School and the whole school community since the day after the shooting. But now that effort is expanding to the drive-through line.
Our Ellie La Liberté shows us how one fast food chain is making its meals matter.
Culver's customers throughout Wisconsin buckled down for hours on Monday to help fundraise for the Abundant Life Christian School community.
We definitely knew we were going to be busy. We just didn't think we were going to be as busy as it was.
It wasn't just the food driving people to Culver's on Monday night.
I'm grabbing dinner for my whole family. We changed dinner plans to get food from Culver's instead because it's going towards such a good cause.
Make your meal matter is the message of the night to help the ALCS community. 80 locations fundraised in partnership with the United Way of Dane County.
Our community really came together and showed up.
25% of Monday's proceeds went towards the ALCS Emergency Recovery Fund. And at the Verona location,
we do not have a number yet, but I can tell you it was a record-breaking day, the biggest day we've ever seen.
Drive-through lines spanning nearly a mile.
I mean, we had waits up to 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
I think we're all happy to wait.
The Verona manager, not surprised by the community's display of support.
Anytime it involves kids, and especially a tragic event like a school shooting, it really touches the hearts of everyone in the community because it could have been anyone that could have been in that building that day. So it's really important that we all step up and surround and support and love wherever we can.
If you missed the Culver's event, don't worry, you'll have another opportunity to donate this Thursday. You can just go to the Texas Roadhouse here on Watts Road or the one on Anamark Drive in Madison. 100% of the day's proceeds will go towards the ALCS Recovery and Emergency Fund. Reporting in Madison, Ellie La Liberté, News 3 Now.
Ellie, thanks. And Thursday's fundraiser is also in partnership with the United Way of Dane County. Again, 100% of proceeds will go to ALCS without any administrative fees. And so far, the Emergency Recovery Fund has raised more than $243,000.
Chilly temperatures again tonight, and it's even going to get colder from here. Here's Alex on the patio with the forecast. Bundled up.
Yeah, I'm all bundled up. I was just thinking here as I was reflecting on the past 2 weeks. Wasn't even just 2 weeks ago as we looked right around the New Year's time frame. We had all that foggy conditions, temperatures in the 40s to near 50. And here we are back to January-like values, and it is going to get colder tonight. We're already down to 21 here in Madison, 22 in Lone Rock, 20 up to the north in the Dells, already down to 18 too in Camp Douglas. So temperatures, again, it's January-like values. This is what you would expect. But when you swing from 50 back to 20 over a short period of time, it does take a little bit of time to get acclimated to it. 22 in Cross Plains, 20, a cold spot in Edgerton to the southeast. You factor in the wind. Good news is out here on the patio, I'm looking at the trees. They're not moving a whole lot. That means the wind chill is not terribly cold, and we'll see the wind chill, that's that bottom purple area, go from the teens down to the single digits as we get into the early morning hours as we head into Wednesday, which is typical for this time of year. Although our actual air temperatures will be colder tonight than what we've been experiencing the past few nights because I was going to say the sun's going to come out. The stars are going to come out. Coming up in Maine weather, another word here that we want to talk about: snow. That's a very important topic for some folks. Their livelihoods depend on it. What are those chances of snow, and how much could we expect? Has that changed from yesterday? I'll discuss in a little while.
All right, Alex, thank you. In Monroe County, Toma police say a second suspect is under arrest in an attempted homicide on Thanksgiving. Last night, officers were tipped off that David Hintz was at a property and went to go get a search warrant. Then early this morning, Hintz was found hiding in a crawl space on the property and taken into custody. A warrant for his arrest has been out since December 11th on several charges, including attempted first-degree intentional homicide.
In Racine, a family looking for answers from the county jail. An inmate died there after being attacked on New Year's Eve. Racine County Sheriff's Office says Devontae Caraway attacked Joseph Lee in the jail's day room. Cameras inside the jail show the assault lasted less than a minute. The sheriff's office says an officer eventually found Lee during a routine safety and security check and started life-saving measures. Lee, a father of 6, died the next day at the hospital.
There has been no communication whatsoever. So the only information that this family is relying on at this point are inmates inside this facility. What we're being told is that Joseph was attacked, that he was placed into a trash bin. He was naked. He was upside down.
No, the sheriff's office has not said how long Lee laid unresponsive before an officer found him. Court records show the man accused of killing Lee was in jail pending an attempted homicide case. He now faces a homicide charge in connection with Lee's death.
In the state capitol, lawmakers are quickly getting back to work.
That's less than 24 hours after being sworn in. State senators passed a new piece of legislation out of committee. Political reporter Will Keneally at the Capitol with the latest.
Out of committee today and heading to the Senate floor behind me tomorrow. Now that's lightning fast for the state legislature, and a policy that they're working so quickly to approve, a constitutional amendment to require photo IDs for voting.
I authored this amendment to the Wisconsin Constitution to ensure that people of Wisconsin have full confidence in the security and the integrity of Wisconsin elections.
Wisconsin already has a photo ID law on the books right now, but Republican lawmakers want to lock in that policy by enshrining it in the state constitution. Their reasoning, it'll be harder to get rid of that way.
The only way to ensure that this is our future Supreme Court's will not overturn voter ID is to enshrine this basic election integrity law in Wisconsin's Constitution.
Republicans voiced concerns that a liberal Supreme Court could throw out that photo ID requirement. And this April, Wisconsin voters will fill an open seat on the bench that will decide the balance of the court.
I'm irritated.
Democrats today were frustrated that this was the legislature's top priority of the new year, with a hearing on the proposal in the Senate's Public Safety Committee that comes less than a month after Wisconsin's deadliest school shooting that took place in Madison.
But I think it's safe to say that all of us have constituencies that have kids, we have grandkids, we have people that we are concerned about. Why are we here for this bill?
Lawmakers face a January deadline to approve this resolution, and if they do so in time, it'll appear on voters' ballots this April. Voters can either approve or reject that photo ID requirement in the state constitution. Reporting from the state capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Well, thank you. Residents in Oregon will see a referendum question on their ballot in April. The village board asking voters for a permanent $2 million increase in the property tax levy. Oregon village officials say the money would enable the village to maintain current services and staffing. It comes as the population there is growing, a nearly 28% increase between 2013 and 2023. Additional funding would also allow the village to hire more staff. That includes 3 police officers. Still to come at 6, an eatery in downtown Madison is closing this spring.
But first, Operation Fresh Start gives an exclusive look at the transformation of their old building into a highly anticipated music hall.
watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
A new concert hall will open on Madison's east side this summer.
The Atwood Music Venue is formerly owned by Operation Fresh Start. Now the space is being renovated for the community. Our Tanisha Shaw has more.
It's all cleared out now, but this used to be office space for Operation Fresh Start. In the summer, this will all be built into a music hall.
We started early fall, and we are approximately here for 8 weeks doing all the demo work.
Some of the people working on the new Atwood Music Venue are from Fresh Start's Operation Build Academy.
Like me as a girl, it's like, it's hard. So it makes me more noticeable that I know more stuff, and it's due to this Operation Fresh Start.
Jemiah Heckstein is a mom and has been a part of Fresh Start for a few months now. The organization helps teens and young adults learn skills needed to land a job after high school.
I didn't want to sit down and just stay consistent with myself. I wanted to learn and, learn new things, do something that I actually enjoy. I like hands-on stuff, so I really like what I'm doing.
This project is not only helping her build her life, but also helping her build a legacy.
It actually feels nice because I have a son who, I would honestly would want him to go into this field, and I just can't wait to bring him here and just show him the things that I did do.
Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it'll be here for another 50 years, right? They can come back and say to their kids, their grandkids, I built that place, right? I rehabbed that place. So when we do the building projects with the youth, I think it's one of the best things that you can have at the end when you graduate.
Reporting in Madison, Tanisha Shaw, News 3 Now.
Tanisha, thank you. The hall is expected to open in June. Operation Fresh Start expanded and is now on Milwaukee Street. Still ahead at 6, big changes could be coming for how high school football teams qualify for the playoffs next season.
Plus, a popular diner in downtown Madison is closing for good. We'll tell you what the owners are planning to do in the future.
Could we see some snow later in the week? Alex returns his complete forecast when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Many Madison locals will be looking for a new favorite brunch spot. Short Stack Eatery will close this year after 10 years in business on State Street.
Our Merrill Hubbard spoke with customers who went to the eatery this morning. It's not uncommon to see a line outside Short Stack, but by May, its doors will be closed, putting a cap on the pancakes.
I've grown up in Madison, so this was always a staple for us.
Amy Mosh and her friends are savoring their pancakes after learning they won't be available for much longer.
I'm sad. I feel like this has been such a great spot, and it's always busy. Like, the line is down the street, so it's kind of surprising.
The owners of Short Stack Eatery announced it's closing via social media on Sunday. They say they will not be renewing or extending their 2025 lease to pursue the next big dream in a different industry. The eatery opened in 2014 and is known for their vegan pancakes and 25-ingredient Bloody Mary.
I think it's just a really great place for Madison, and it's sad to see it go.
I would say Short Stack is definitely like the brunch spot. It's the sweet potato pancakes everyone loves.
Short Stack Eatery is also remembered for being a subject of community conversation after it posted a 2020 GoFundMe campaign that raised more than $60,000. In 2023, they posted another GoFundMe that raised about $37,000. I spoke to the owners Tuesday morning and asked if they want to talk on camera, but they declined. Owners say that Short Stack will serve the last stack in May. Reporting in Madison, Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now. And we'll continue to follow this story and give you updates on Short Stack's closing.
Cool and dry conditions continue for now. Alex now with a complete look at the forecast.
And then I'll add to that, Eric, too, those chances of snow. I want to give an update. Yesterday, we were talking about a chance of snow for Friday and Saturday. It's part of the three things you need to know, or I should say Friday and Sunday. And that's really the only snow chances I see of significance over the course of the next 10 days. No big warm-ups on the way as well. We've been used to these big temperature swings. And while our temperatures will swing some, they're not going to swing from temperatures normal for this time of year to, let's say, 50. Tonight, let's see our temperatures go down here as we plan the rest of our evening. You join us at 10, temperatures in the teens. Early morning hours, here's the difference from last night to tonight. We'll have the clear skies again, but our temperatures are going to be widespread in the lower to middle to upper single digits. So colder night tonight, and tomorrow's going to be colder too. I'll explain here in just a moment. 21 in Madison, northwest winds at 6 miles per hour. Puts that wind chill at 13 degrees, and that's what it feels like outside. We got a lot of 21s and some 22s, fairly typical for January. Again, I'm even not used to it, and I'm outside walking all the time in the cold weather because we were just 50 not too long ago. Temperatures here, wind chill factor 14, the Dells 11 in Janesville, 16 in Lone Rock. And this is really the most important number when you got a bit of a breeze out there. What does my body need to acclimate to temperature-wise out there when you factor in the wind? As we go through tomorrow, let's follow this graph. We'll start off the morning wind chills fairly close to zero, and then we'll follow the dots here. Temperatures will feel like the teens to near 20 degrees. So this is in the cold category. It's not in the caution or the danger category, but this is what I would call the bundle up category for sure as we go into Wednesday. Overall temperatures, we've been showing this for a few days now here, but I want to emphasize not seeing any big swings to 40s or 50s, not seeing a January thaw anytime soon. In fact, we'll have a couple little blips. Tomorrow's a cold one, and then we'll have another little cold blip on Tuesday at 14. But all in all, temperatures staying fairly close to normal or just a little bit below. Friday snow chance and then Sunday snow chance. I want to focus on Friday snow chance first. Yesterday we were looking at one of our weather models, and it's still showing a little bit of snow, significantly less duration and less amounts across southern Wisconsin. It comes through just in a couple hours on Friday if it verifies. Less than an inch expected across southern Wisconsin. Bottom line with Friday, and this has been really the weather story the whole winter season or leading up to, snow chances are in the forecast. You get a little bit closer to the event and they kind of fizzle out because these weather systems have been going around southern Wisconsin. So it's a low chance Friday. Our weather model's getting more and more consensus, not favorable for too much in the way of accumulating snow, maybe an inch or less. In fact, here's another one of our weather models I showed yesterday. lucky if we get a dusting to maybe a half inch at absolute most. And we could really use that moisture where you see much of the Midwest in yellows and oranges here. And this is cautionary because we're in the winter time. We're already in drought conditions. If we don't start to replenish the snow base here, we're going to start moving into the spring season, which is the planting season. Not on a good note with the potential of drought conditions starting us off if we don't start to get some moisture. And I don't see much of it in the 10-day.
Alex, thank you. Changes could be coming to how high school football teams in Wisconsin qualify for the playoffs. This after two teams, including Madison West, were wrongly left out of the playoffs last fall. Called the Wisconsin Football Playoff Matrix, the proposal features preset placement based on enrollment across the 7 11-player divisions, as well as a points-based system that covers qualification, rankings, and seedings for the postseason. If approved by the WIAA Football Coaches Advisory Committee, it will advance to the Advisory Council, set to meet on February 4th. The playoff matrix would then be sent to the WIAA Board of Control for final approval on February 5th and be implemented for the 2025 season.
And coming up in sports, Badgers back from the ballpark and ready to continue their tear on the ice. Why they say that's all about being consistent. That's next on News 3 Now. Over the first half of their season, no team was better than the Wisconsin women, and it wasn't even close. Mark Johnson's squad skated out to a 19-1 record where they outscored their opponents 114-19. Now a series into the second half of their year, and the challenge for the Badgers is to continue to play at that high level. And that starts with being consistent day in and day out.
It comes down to like how we want to play the game at the end of the day. Like, we can come out and play our game no matter who we're playing, and we're going to be just fine.
Could be a consistent team from game to game, weekend to weekend, month to month, and we were able to do that. And now we start the second half of our journey, and we ended up coming away with 4 out of 6 points against the number 2 team in the country, and our confidence should be at a pretty good level.
Well, speaking of women's hockey, don't forget to tune in to this week's Wisconsin Huddle with Layla Edwards. We look back at their series with Ohio State and break down some hockey slang. Show airs on Friday at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now. Well, Stephen Crowell didn't start his senior season the way he planned, reaching double-digit points just once in his first 11 games. But in his last 4 games, he's turned the corner that Greg Gard always believed he would. The big man is averaging 16 points and 7 rebounds over those last 4 games, and it's directly resulted to success. The Badgers are winners of 4 straight, and it's because Big Steve unlocked his offense.
I see him every day. I've seen him every day for 4.5 years, and I felt he has the potential to be, and I've been around all the really good ones, the ones that even have their, Kaminsky has his number hanging in our rafters, but Steve is best when he's aggressive. And I think the last 4 games, we've tweaked how we sub him in and out a little bit. I think it's helped him, but he knows an aggressive Steve is the best Steve.
And Sarah Franklin has been named a finalist for the Honda Sport Award. Franklin's coming off a fantastic final season in Madison, where she earned first-team All-American honors while being named the Big Ten Player of the Year for the 2nd straight year. Former Badger Dana Retke won the award in 2022.
Zach, thank you. And we're going to take a live look. This is the Madison College Gymnasium, where the first of 2 basketball games are underway for Abundant Life Christian School. Again, these are the first home games for the school since the tragic shooting last month. And coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 10, our Maddie Himes will have reaction from the game as the community continues to heal.
And Alex is here with a final look at the weather. Are you actually going to walk tonight in this cold?
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. I get bundled up and get out there and just
You're brave.
Get at it. Yep, I will do a walk after the show tonight. I mean, it could be colder. It is still on the cold side. We got to acclimate to this. It is January, but I feel like, you think of San Diego, temperatures are the same every day, and temperatures at night are the same every day. Kind of have the same thing going on
Alex?
Here. No, not really. Actually, it does make forecasting not that bad.
Boring.
But 20s by day, single digits to teens by night. Not a lot of snow chances, at least not yet, but we've got a ways to go on this winter.
Bundle up out there. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10.